Economic conflicts, often manifested as trade wars or tariff battles, are not new phenomena. History is replete with examples of nations engaging in economic warfare, attempting to secure their interests at the expense of others. These conflicts, while primarily fought in the realm of commerce and finance, often have far-reaching consequences, impacting global politics, diplomacy, and even military postures. From ancient trade embargoes to mercantilist policies of the colonial era, economic conflicts have shaped the course of international relations. The pursuit of wealth, resources, and economic dominance has been a recurring theme in the narrative of global power struggles. Understanding the historical context of economic conflicts is crucial to navigating the complexities of our interconnected world. By studying past mistakes and understanding the factors that contribute to economic tensions, we can better equip ourselves to prevent future conflicts and foster a more stable and prosperous global order. The interconnectedness of the modern global economy makes it more important than ever to understand the potential consequences of economic conflicts. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 stands as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of protectionist trade policies. Passed in the United States amidst the Great Depression, the Act sought to protect American farmers and industries from foreign competition by raising tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods. The result was a disaster. Instead of shielding the American economy, the Smoot-Hawley Act triggered a global trade war. Other countries retaliated with tariffs of their own, leading to a sharp decline in international trade. Global trade plummeted, exacerbating the Great Depression and contributing to economic hardship worldwide. The Smoot-Hawley Act serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of protectionism and the interconnectedness of the global economy. It highlights the fact that economic warfare rarely produces winners. Instead, it often leads to a downward spiral of retaliation, economic contraction, and increased global tensions. The lessons learned from the Smoot-Hawley era remain relevant today, as nations grapple with the challenges of globalization and the temptation to resort to protectionist measures. Economic hardship often breeds discontent, fear, and uncertainty, creating fertile ground for nationalist and extremist ideologies to take root. When people struggle to make ends meet, they become more susceptible to scapegoating, blaming external forces or minority groups for their economic woes. Nationalist leaders and extremist groups often exploit economic anxieties, promising to restore national pride and prosperity by demonizing outsiders and advocating for protectionist policies. They tap into people's fears and insecurities, offering simplistic solutions to complex problems. The rise of extremist movements in Europe during the interwar period, fueled by the economic devastation of World War I and the Great Depression, is a chilling reminder of the dangers of economic nationalism. These movements, promoting xenophobia, racism, and authoritarianism, ultimately plunged the world into another devastating conflict. Understanding the link between economic distress and the rise of extremism is crucial for safeguarding democratic values and maintaining peace and stability. In today's interconnected world, a full-blown tariff war would have profound and far-reaching consequences. The global economy, characterized by complex supply chains and intricate financial linkages, would be severely disrupted. A tariff war would lead to higher prices for consumers, reduced business investment, and job losses across multiple sectors. Developing countries, heavily reliant on exports, would be particularly vulnerable to the economic fallout. The International Monetary Fund has warned that a significant escalation in tariffs could shave off a substantial portion of global GDP, pushing the world into recession. Beyond the immediate economic damage, a tariff war would also undermine global cooperation and erode trust between nations. It would create an environment of uncertainty and hostility, making it more difficult to address pressing global challenges such as climate change, pandemics, and cybersecurity threats. The potential for a tariff war to escalate into a wider conflict, while not as high as in the past, should not be discounted. Section 5E. Global interdependence, a powerful deterrent to war. Despite the risks posed by economic conflicts and the ever-present potential for miscalculation, there are compelling reasons to believe that a global war is less likely today than in previous eras. One of the most significant factors is the unprecedented level of global interdependence. The world's economies are now deeply intertwined. Global trade, investment, and finance connect nations in a complex web of interdependence. This interconnectedness creates a powerful incentive for cooperation and conflict resolution. Nations are less likely to engage in actions that could jeopardize their own economic well-being and that of their trading partners. Moreover, the costs of war have become prohibitively high. Modern warfare, with its advanced weaponry and potential for mass destruction, poses an existential threat to humanity. The memory of two world wars and the specter of nuclear annihilation serve as stark reminders of the horrors of global conflict. This realization, coupled with the understanding that war is often economically counterproductive, has led to a greater emphasis on diplomacy and peaceful resolution of disputes. Section 6. Diplomatic channels and international institutions averting crisis. The international community has developed a robust framework of diplomatic channels and institutions designed to prevent and manage conflicts. The United Nations, with its mandate to maintain international peace and security, plays a pivotal role in mediating disputes and fostering dialogue between nations. Regional organizations, such as the European Union, the African Union, and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, also play a crucial role in promoting regional stability and resolving conflicts within their respective regions. These institutions provide platforms for communication, negotiation, and cooperation. They help to manage differences, build trust, and establish mechanisms for peaceful resolution of disputes. While not always perfect, these institutions have proven to be invaluable in preventing conflicts from escalating into full-blown wars. The existence of these institutions, along with a growing norm of multilateralism, makes it more likely that disputes will be addressed through diplomacy and negotiation rather than military force. Section 7. The nuclear deterrent, a legacy of peace through fear. The advent of nuclear weapons, while a source of great anxiety, has paradoxically contributed to a period of unprecedented great power peace. The doctrine of mutually assured destruction, which posits that any nuclear attack would inevitably lead to retaliation and the annihilation of both aggressor and defender, has served as a powerful deterrent against large-scale conflicts between nuclear-armed states. The fear of nuclear war has fostered a degree of caution and restraint among the major powers. It has led to the establishment of communication channels such as the hotline between Washington and Moscow to prevent misunderstandings and accidental escalation. While the threat of nuclear war remains a grave concern, the very existence of these weapons has to some extent made conventional warfare between great powers unthinkable. The nuclear deterrent, while an imperfect and unsettling solution, has undoubtedly contributed to the avoidance of another global conflagration. Section 8. Vigilance, the price of peace in an interconnected world. Despite the reduced likelihood of a global war, it is essential to remain vigilant. Economic tensions, if left unchecked, can escalate and have unintended consequences. The international community must work together to strengthen the institutions and mechanisms that promote cooperation, dialogue, and peaceful resolution of disputes. We must resist the siren song of protectionism and economic nationalism. Instead, we should strive to create a more open, inclusive, and rules-based global trading system that benefits all nations. Education and awareness play a vital role in preventing conflicts. By understanding the historical context of economic conflicts, the dangers of nationalism and extremism, and the benefits of cooperation, we can help create a more peaceful and prosperous future. Peace is not a passive state. It requires constant effort, vigilance, and a commitment to dialogue and understanding. Section 9. Conclusion. Navigating the complexities of global trade. The global economy is a complex and ever-evolving system. While economic conflicts are inevitable, we must strive to manage them responsibly and prevent them from escalating into larger crises. The lessons of history, particularly the disastrous consequences of the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of protectionism and economic warfare. By embracing cooperation, strengthening international institutions, and promoting dialogue, we can navigate the complexities of global trade and build a more peaceful and prosperous world for all.